So the first feedback we got on our products is that it's super moisturizing, it works, and that they stopped using bigger brands, lip care, and things like that, and they started using mine instead. It made me feel very special. In my home situation, like, I share a room with so many people. We're very low income, so my partner Bromley like opened his home to me, and behind me is my desk, which is in Bromley's room. I come here from Fridays to Tuesdays to kind of work on things, and also get to hang out with Bromley, of course. What inspires me is like, I love holidays, so why not combine that with the products I want to make, which was lip care products. I never stop. I'm addicted. I need a water. Ever since I was like a kid, I've always been super crafty. Like, I would make like at-home lip scrubs for myself all the time, for me and my siblings, for like Earth Day and like things like that. And then like I just kind of made it for myself pretty often. And then recently, COVID hit, and like I was having a difficult time finding a job. So I started like making this stuff, and I'm like, I can sell this to people. Like, literally, people need this. My aesthetic would be described as like very like grunge street style. That's kind of how I would say it. Um, and it's very different than pastel. I only wear black. Like, I really only wear black unless it's like a special occasion. And to see someone who wears like all black, and then you see my shop that's very kawaii, pastel, colorful, and you're like, wait, that person owns that business? Before the accident happened to me, my business was doing really great. When it happened and I woke up in the hospital, like, it kind of ruined that like presence I had on social media at the time. I was unconscious for 2 weeks and I literally don't remember anything.
What happened was me and Frank were walking home from work and we were to get some food and we were having like a pretty decent day. Like, he was cheering me up in work and we were just walking, and then just randomly, like, it was just like black. And then I turned around and then I didn't know where Frank was. I was like flipping out. And then I saw Frank like fall down, and then I just started like I was just like I was in shock. Started screaming and running to Frank. Like, I was trying to scream for help because I didn't know what to do at the time, and I was crying. It was pretty bad.
The extent of my injuries went from head to toe. I suffered a brain bleed. My scar on my face was like ripped open. I had a lip ripped open. My tongue was like hanging off. My ribs were fractured. My lung was like full of blood. I had a blood clot, and then I fractured my pelvic. And the last thing that happened was like my leg broke, like just completely snapped in half, my femur. So I had a lot of surgeries, I had a lot of things connected to me. When I got home, I had someone come out at my house and help me learn how to walk again, learn how to get in the shower, get up the steps, things like that. My job was very like stand up, run around, pick up things, which I literally can't do anymore. I can't lift anything, I can't carry things, so it's a lot harder. So 2 surgeries down, and then now I'm kind of out of a job at the moment. So it's not such a coincidence, like, I have a small business. now that I don't have that job anymore and I'm focusing on my shop, I'm able to be on social media every single day. I'm able to come up with product ideas and write them down. My mom too, like, obviously I don't drive, so I need someone to help me take packages to the post office or even go to get supplies at the store. The reason I did start Salient Paradise was to save for my own top surgery, so I wanted to help other trans people like that are younger that can't afford it. So a percentage of all of our purchases goes towards donating to trans teens that fill out my Google form, and they can list like anything and everything they need. Any age is fine. We can donate some of our own products to people that want cosmetics, makeup, binders, baggy clothes, maybe t-shirts. I feel like growing up after you come out as trans, like, you can't be seen as feminine and you have to always be masculine. And then like, I liked self-care. Not a lot of men, quote unquote, like self-care, which is weird, but some do. With my shop and owning it as like a trans person who's more feminine, quote unquote, or likes kawaii aesthetic, like, you're allowed to like what you like. It's not only for this gender or this person only. Like, I don't want it seen as feminine. I want my stuff seen as gender neutral and like welcoming and makes people feel confident.